Well, new controversy today over a pension crisis drowning the state of Illinois and whether American taxpayers in all the other states may soon have to foot their bill, Illinois' bill. According to the Pew Research Center, Illinois has the most underfunded public pension system in the entire country, with a funding ratio of just 45%. It's only 45% funded. They're an estimated $95 billion short of where they need to be to pay out the promised pensions. A problem Illinois Governor Quinn says needs to be fixed, but the solutions harder to come by. Here's a video he just released. I am not kidding. This actually happened, starring the governor and Squeezy the pension python.
Sometimes the government employers made smaller payments into the fund than they promised. And the investments we made with that pension fund, the Great Recession hit those investments hard. Plus, people are retiring earlier and living longer, and the cost of health care for retirees has soared. So the pool of money is smaller, while the demand on that pool is greater, leaving the current workers to ask whether there will be enough in the fund when they're ready to retire. The problem is the squeeze.
Really? Really, Governor? Joining me now, Christina Rasmussen, Executive Vice President of the Illinois Policy Institute. They describe themselves as a nonpartisan research group dedicated to promoting personal freedom. Really? Squeezy?
Really?
Squeezy, the python snake? What is it, the pension python snake? The orange pension python snake? This is the solution?
Yeah, if this is the best the governor can offer up, then we're in deeper trouble than we thought. The snake is now the laughingstock of the Midwest. But what's so disturbing is that this website he put together has practically nothing by way of solutions.
I just, in honor of Squeezy, I did wear this orange python belt today. My fellow friends in Illinois, don't think I'm not feeling for you. Here, you can see it now. There you go. See? There you go, Squeezy. But I'm laughing because I can't cry about this, at least not on national television. You're telling me that the pensions in Illinois are 200 billion, they say, that you have 200 billion in pension debt, and there's 97 billion in unpaid obligations. And the governor comes out with himself in a commercial with an orange snake named Squeezy and offers no solutions and won't shoot down the idea of asking the feds to bail him out of this jam?
That's probably what's most disturbing. I mean, everyone acknowledges that Illinois has this huge problem of unfunded pension liabilities. The numbers are really big. But what's so scary is that he refuses to take the idea of a federal bailout of our pension debt off the table. And it's outrageous to think that taxpayers in responsible states like Wisconsin or Virginia should be asked to bail out our mess here in Illinois when we're not taking the lead to fix it ourselves.
Is there any chance of that actually happening? I mean, is there any chance that somehow the governor manages to get a bailout from his friends in Washington?
Unfortunately, it's all too real a possibility. Every day that the politicians in Illinois dither, the system becomes more unstable, more unfunded. And we've seen in recent years, when you've got institutions that are supposedly too big to fail, the federal government loves to run in and hand out a bailout to prop up the systems. And state pensions, it's a problem in Illinois, but really it is nationwide. And we're talking about liabilities between $2 trillion, upwards of $4.5 trillion. I would say that's probably too big to fail by way of most politicians' calculations in D.C.
I mean, they just, you know, these deals, we've talked about it many times on the show. What happens is these politicians negotiate these deals with the unions, and it's self-dealing. I mean, the politicians tend to be put in their jobs by the unions. So the unions get what they want, even if the state cannot deliver when it's time to actually pay out the pensions. And that's the situation in which Illinois finds itself. It's all well and great to promise these nice pensions, but they can't. They can't pay the bill. They don't have the money. And so these people are either going to get, you know, shafted on the promise, or maybe the federal taxpayer is going to get shafted. Recently, Illinois, correct me if I'm wrong, Christina, they went to the Illinois taxpayers and they hiked their taxes, their income taxes, significantly.
Yeah, you're right. At the beginning of 2011, they passed a 67% income tax increase. That cost a working family 1 week's pay, and practically all the money collected from that tax hike went to make the pension payment. So you've got struggling lower income middle class families sending more to government so they can prop up the millionaire pensions of government workers. It's not fair for the government workers either. They've basically been sold a lie about a retirement security that may not be there when they're ready to leave the workforce. So really, everyone's getting the shaft except for the politicians who get reelected.
Yeah, and now they're talking about making that so-called temporary income tax hike permanent. There are rumblings about that in any event. And Illinois has already had its credit downgraded by Standard & Poor's because of these retiree costs. And, you know, they're in a lot of trouble. Hey, hang on a sec. That wasn't Quinn in the video, was it?
No, I think that was a local actor,
Yeah.
But that wasn't Mr. Quinn. I think they probably made a good decision in not putting him in the video, considering the feedback the videos received.
Well, good old Squeezy makes his point one way or the other. Christina, thanks for being here.
You're so welcome.